Alright, today we're having a look at Urban Pipe Dream Challenge by the Pratt. Alright, so here we are in Urban Pipe Dream Challenge by the Pratt. This is a old school LBP 1 level, going all the way back to 2008. It is the first... fudge? Well, that was, that's, I guess that's on me. This is actually the first level on the level archives page on what's left of LBP Central, and that's kind of neat. But yeah, this is the only level that the Pratt has done, and all sorts of excitement here. Now, wait. Oh, well, I guess that's a backup. Okay, like maybe that was a backup. Why? Oh, crumbs. That seemed like it was going to be very squishy. I grabbed those blocks and then the gears started spinning and I was very confused, but that's fine. You know what? That's fine. This is, it's very, you know, it's old. This is very old and I don't not like it. It's got its feel. Oh no! Oh! That made it easier. That made it... Oh, okay. Oh, well that would explain why those are moving, I guess. Oh, and this has got to go in there because it's chopped out to the same dealie. Oh, we could keep going though. So why don't we do that? Oh, we can't. Ah! Oh, LBP. Oh, LBP. Oh, old school LBP, how I love you. Now, so there was a thing that did, and then now it didn't? Well, how do I get down there, is the thing. I would like to be down there, but I can't go. There's not a way down, is there? Could I? No. What? Well, okay, that's a cheat. I mean, I don't know if it's a cheat or not, but we did it. Go us? I don't know if this level is working as intended. It's very, it's very nostalgic. Why do these not die? Like, these are supposed to die? Oh, crud. Is this broken? Is it broke? Wait, is it broke? I don't know. Honestly, wait. So wait, this came out right here, and now. Oh fudge! Well, we're gonna have to figure this out at some other point. I suppose, maybe, but this might be where we're stuck. So, yeah, that's a shame. But we'll talk about it back at the hub, and we'll see you there. See ya! And we're back, an Urban Pipe Dream Challenge by the Pratt, and I gotta be honest, like, as a reviewer, I gotta be honest, and yeah, it's an orange diamond. I enjoyed it. I got a lot of enjoyment and kind of nostalgic feeling from playing the level, but like, level qua level, it's not really super great. It's very much a prime example of like that very early LBP 1 community level creation style. We've got a new creator, they're doing their very first level, and excuse me, just kind of playing around with how things work. I would have loved to have seen more levels from the Pratt. This is the only level on their moon. I don't know if that means that they did later levels that they deleted or just never came back to create mode, but it would have been interesting to see their progress as a creator, because they do have some of the fundamentals down here to an extent. Like, you've got a fairly large environment, you've got bits and bobs and different elements of gameplay that are kind of working to keep things moving. You know, you've got your basic running and jumping, you've get some swinging bits going on there, you've got like some really simple early on interactions with the level through switches and buttons, and like the stuff is there to start with. but it was just, I guess, never expanded upon, and that is a bit of a shame. Now, like, when we look at the presentation, and again, that's very much early creator in early LBP history style. You've got like one material that's used pretty much throughout the level with a bit of an asterisk there. You got objects that are placed directly in that material to malform it, which actually with this particular material does kind of look a little bit cool. So like there is that is kind of neat. You've got that old school where we want dissolve material because we didn't have any logic to destroy things other than just like crushing them with heavy objects. But like we don't want the dissolve material look because it's kind of ugly, so you just slap some stickers on there to make it look a little bit different. We see that used throughout the level, so that was cute and nostalgic, and I did like that bit. I did mention that, you know, trying out some things with, you know, simple level interactions, and that's what got us caught up in the level where we saw, is that what was supposed to happen there is that the button is supposed to stay pressed when you've got that rotating bit and it drops down the slope, and the button is supposed to remain depressed so that the boot will do its full movement and will cause another bit of dissolved material to disappear. And unfortunately, the rolling bit is not really big enough or heavy enough to keep the button pressed, so you've got to kind of keep pressing it yourself, and it's easy to not notice what's going on in that section, so not really catch what you're supposed to do to fix it. But like once you get that taken care of, there's not really anything else in the level that is too much of an issue. You throw a switch and that's gonna make another bit of dissolved material disappear, and then you're gonna run through there. There's like the one kind of this is a hazard, this is supposed to kill you section, except for the electricity, we'll talk about that, where you've got some dropping bits of flaming material that you're gonna go through, and then basically it's pretty much the end of the level. Like there's nothing really challenging there so much as like, did you notice what was actually happening? And that's something I think that we can learn from this level as creators, that when you've got these interactions on screen, that you want to make sure that they are in some way highlit, either by lighting changes or camera changes, or just because of the way that they are compacted in the screen, that they're pretty obvious to the player, because things can happen. And if the player's attention is on one moving bit, like to the left, it's really easy not to notice something changing on the right. And then depending on how strong your memory is, mine is not, you can look at that. The change could be obvious, but because you haven't actually seen it change, you don't notice it for a while. So like if we've got changes in the level, like make sure that they're somehow made obvious to the player when they're happening, that they don't have to guesswork when they come back to it. So that is definitely one thing that we can take away from this level. Something else that these levels, and it's always a little bit of a challenge playing, especially LBP 1 levels and LBP 3, like, is something broken or is something working as intended? And I talked about the electricity bits at the beginning, and you've got those score bubbles on the electricity bits that you can't actually get at those score bubbles without dying, but there are hanging grabbable bits above that point. And one of those hanging grabbable bits, the leftmost one, does move up and down, so you can actually kind of progress on with the level. And I'm wondering if the third bit in that chain maybe also was supposed to be moving to allow you to kind of dangle down and get those score bubbles without killing yourself, and it just doesn't work in LBP3, or if it's intended to kill you and you're supposed to make the cost-benefit analysis of like, is it worth losing the points for dying to get the points from those bubbles? Like, do you get more points from the bubbles than you lose from the dying? And I really don't know, and you really can't know with these levels, because LBP3 consistently breaks levels in little ways, and usually you're just happy if the level is not broken in such a way that it can't be completed. This one, it's not that bad. You can complete this level. I had fun with it. It was a trip down memory lane, but like, yeah, it's not great as a level. It's very much a teaching tool, I feel like. Now, I mentioned in the video that I did find this level through the archive of LBP Central. I'm going to put the address up on the screen here. You can go into the forum section, and they've got like a full list of all the levels that have been put on that forum, and it's very much like a trip down memory lane. Not all of them work, and because like LBP Me is down, if the creator has changed their name in the interim, you may not be able to find the levels, but like there's a pretty hefty chunk of LBP history there that is worth taking a look at. So, go check that out and see if you can find something that maybe you missed if you were playing in the old days, or maybe you never got a chance to see if you were playing like later in the LBP3 era. But that really does it for us here at This Go About. So from me, Bisco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.